So here we are going on with the Jewish and Japanese work. Now, when we were in Japan, this was 2004, this was 10 years ago these ideas have been in my book, okay? So I'm just now getting them out. I was fascinated by the fact that, okay, fine, Buddhism is the big religion in Japan, and most Japanese people are both Shinto and Buddhist at the same time. So they work in tandem, that you're not one or the other. But their number one deity was called Amida Buddha. And there's a lot of different discussions about Amida Buddha and what he, she really means. Some see Amida Buddha as like a Christ figure, like a savior that's going to come and bring compassion over the whole world and we'll stop fighting each other. Other people say no, Amida Buddha is more the humble and dynamic spirit, which, you know, that reminds me maybe more of like Jesus as a person, let's say, or even as the Torah itself. The Torah is very changeable, it's very dynamic. We'll talk about that more in another art piece. But I just thought it was fascinating that this word Amida and Amida Buddha, and what it stands for, next to, as a Jew, there I am standing, we have what's called the Amida. It's the standing prayer. It's the most religious part of our service, okay? It's toward the middle of the service. Everybody stands up, and usually there are parts we say together as a congregation, and then a lot of the parts are done by yourself in a sort of low mutter. Okay, so you kind of move off into your own space or stand there quietly and say the prayer by yourself, but you kind of mutter it out loud like a whisper. Okay, and the prayer, the Amida, it's called the standing prayer, and incidentally, Amida Buddha is depicted standing. It starts with reverence for our ancestors, and then it moves into this part, kadosh, 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 which is holy, holy, holy. So we talk about what is holy, and we give real reverence to God there. It's very religious. And then the end is a prayer for peace. So I thought it would be fascinating to have a Hebrew rendition of the Amida written out on a scroll, standing about the same size as this, let's say, 8-foot Buddha from Japan, this Amida Buddha. And we could have writing all about Amida Buddha, and we could have writing all about the Amida, and you could just stand there and read and contemplate and think about why those sound the same. Okay, on to the next art exhibit.